you're still here. I guess you really do want to find out what Roland found in the tower. Are you sure? Are you sure you want to follow Roland into the Dark Tower? Because I guarantee you, you're not going to like what you find. Um, would you? Would you really crawl into the tower with Roland? Okay. Well, here it is. This is what Roland finds in the tower. Um, First of all, he notices right off the top of the bat that the tower is actually not made of stone; it's made of flesh. The tower is actually Gan's physical body that he's walking through. And when he gets into the tower, every 19 steps leads to a door, and the door opens up onto a part of Roland's life. And every 19 stairs, it's another room and another door and another part of Roland's life. And he spirals all the way up the tower, seeing all the bits of his life as he lived it from birth to adulthood to court to Magus to everything. Until finally, Roland gets to the top of the Dark Tower. And I'm actually going to read to you what Roland finds at the top of the Dark Tower. He took the stairs one by one, walking with his back straight and his head held up. The other rooms had been opened to his eye. The final one was closed off, his way blocked by a ghostwood door with a single word carved upon it. That word was Roland. He grasped the knob. It was engraved with a wild rose wound around a revolver, one of those great old guns from his father and now lost forever. Yet it will be yours again, whispered the voice of the tower and the voice of the roses. These voices were now one. What do you mean? To this there was no answer, but the knob turned beneath his hand, and perhaps that was an answer. Roland opened the door at the top of the Dark Tower. He saw and understood at once the knowledge falling upon him in a hammer blow, hot as the sun of the desert that was the apotheosis of all deserts. How many times had he climbed these stairs only to find himself peeled back, curved back, turned back? Not to the beginning, when things might have been changed and time's curse lifted, but to that moment in the Mohane desert when he had finally understood that his thoughtless, questionless quest would ultimately succeed. How many times had he traveled a loop like the one in the clip that had once pinched off his navel, his own Tetkakan Gan? How many times would he travel it? "Oh no," he screamed. "Please, not again. Have pity. Have mercy." The hands pulled him forward regardless. The hands of the tower knew no mercy. They were the hands of Gan, the hands of Ka, and they knew no mercy. He smelled alkali, bitter as tears. The desert beyond the door was white, blinding, waterless, without features save for the faint cloudy haze of the mountains which sketched themselves on the horizon. The smell beneath the alkali was that of the devil grass, which brought sweet dreams, nightmares, death. But not for you, gunslinger. Never for you. You Darkle, you Tinct, may I be brutally frank? You go on. And each time you forget the last time. For you, each time is the first time. He made one final effort to draw back. Hopeless. Ka was stronger. Roland of Gilead walked through the last door, the one he always sought, the one he always found. It closed gently behind him. And the book ends with the exact same sentence that the entire series started with. The man in black fled across the desert, and the gunslinger followed. So it's a loop. Roland's traveling a loop, and every time he finds the tower, and every time he opens the door, and every time he goes back to the desert at the beginning of the very first Gunslinger book. And it's a loop. How many times has Roland traveled this loop? We don't know. How many times will Roland travel this loop? We don't know. But are we really surprised? Hasn't Roland told us time and time again that Ka is a wheel? And sooner or later it always comes back to the same place that it was? I love this ending. I think this ending is perfect. I think this series could only end this way because Roland is imaginationless. He has no imagination. He has no thoughts. He is basically a robot. He is a man who straightens pictures in strange hotel rooms, just like King says he is. And does he need to find the tower? No, because it's a loop. Is Roland dead? Is Roland not dead? We don't know. But I still think it's a perfect ending. And I told you that you weren't going to like what you found at the top of the tower. And King told you that you weren't going to like what you found at the top of the tower. But you insisted on it. You insisted on pushing that button and watching that video. And now you know what Roland knows. That Ka is a wheel. And he is going to follow his quest time and time again. And he is going to kill his friends time and time again. Because that is what Ka has determined for Roland. And that, my friends, is the big secret of what Roland is questing for at the top of the tower.